Good morning, everyone. Yeah, good morning. Good to have you here again. Good to have you all here again. I feel so, you know, honored and privileged to always appear on your screen. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Okay, this is Chidebere. Good morning, all. So, as usual, whenever you see me on your screen, just know that there is always a message for you. There is something I have for you. Because to be honest, most of the time I do not speak by my own strength. I don't. But by the strength and wisdom of God. I speak the words He put in my mind. He says I am His mouthpiece. So it is always a privilege to be used by God to, to speak to people, to teach, to enlighten, and to lead others to the right path. Okay? God always puts His words in my mouth. I do not speak of my own strength. Of my own strength, no, I don't. So whenever I appear on your screen, just know that there is something worthy of hearing from God, not me. And I am honored to be used by Him. It's a privilege for Him to have allowed me had some experiences in life that He would want me to share with others, to enlighten others. So most of the things I say is from experience. So I would like to, to let it out. I wouldn't want to keep them to myself. The lessons I've learned and the experiences I've had, I wouldn't just want to keep it to myself alone. That would be selfish. So I'll have to share it with the world, with others. Okay? So today I have a message for us today, which topic is dangers associated with seeking approval from others. Seeking approval from others. These days, this is a norm. This is something that people do at ease. They are so comfortable with it, and it is not okay. So I'm here to let us know the dangers associated with it, the harm it can cause to you. But before I proceed, I would want to let us know what it means to seek approval from others before I proceed to telling you the dangers associated with it. So I would want to let you know what it even means to seek approval from people. Seeking approval from others emanates from, most times, from low self-worth and self-esteem, all the way down to insecurities and lack of self-awareness. When you have you have low self-worth, you don't know who you are. You can't even identify yourself. You don't know who you are. Self-awareness. You don't have self-awareness. You are not aware of yourself, of whom you are. And then you will now resort to relying on others, depending on other people's opinion of who they think you are. And you settle in with it. It is not okay. Seeking approvals from others could mean that you are not in control of your own life. It could mean that it could mean that you are only living your life to please other people at all costs. You want to please people, you want to do things in order for them to in order for them to affirm your worth, in order for them to place a worth on your life, and whatever they say, whatever the opinion they have about you is what you settle with. And trust me, they will not always have a good thing to say. They will not always have the best opinion of you. If you're waiting to hear that, trust me, unless they will do that out of deceit, probably there is something they are gaining from you. So they would always want to flatter you, to tell you things that are not true, things that they know you would love to hear, in order for you to continue pleasing them, and then for them to continue gaining and having access to you, in order for you to continue to be their supply, to keep supplying them with whatever it is they derive, they get from you. So your entire life is at the mercy of others. That is what it means. To be honest, your entire life is at the mercy of other people. You don't have the opinion of yourself. You do not know who you are, and you are solely relying on the opinion of others to identify yourself, which is, highly condemnable. It is not good. It is unhealthy to rely on external approval to ascertain your self-worth. Because trust me, they will not always give you good, give you good, how do I put it? Say good things about you. They will not always give you good reports. They will not always give you good reports. And even if they do, it is out of deceit. It is not true. They will not give you good review and feedbacks. Now, what are the dangers associated with seeking approval from others? There could be like 1,000,001 reasons, 1,000,001 dangers associated with seeking approval. But due to time constraints, and because I wouldn't want my video to be lengthy, to conserve people's data and time, I know how it is these days. Listening to lengthy messages and videos is such a big deal these days. So I would like to be as brief as possible, to make sure that it is as short as possible, by the grace of God. So I'm going to give you just a few dangers, a few disadvantages of seeking approval from others. I'm going to give you a few dangers associated with it. Okay, I'm going to give you a few. Number 1, seeking approval from others will most likely result to identity loss. When I say result to identity loss, what do I mean by this? Okay, what it means is when you constantly seek people's approvals and validation, trust me, you will lose touch of your true, authentic self. You will lose touch of your true, authentic self. All your decisions, all your decision making will emanate from external influences. Your actions, your words, your thoughts will all revolve around the opinion of others. It will be centered. It will emanate it will be embedded in the opinion of others. Again, seeking approval from others, will have you walking on eggshells constantly, because you will always be so cautious of, your words, your actions, your dealings. Why? In order for you not to offend people, in order for you to be in their good book, like on their good side, because already you are dependent on them, you are reliant on them already. So you would always be cautious of, you will not be free to express yourself, you will not be free to say things, because you wouldn't want to say things that will offend them, because they're your source of worth. Your worth is reliant on them. Your self-worth is reliant on them. So you wouldn't want to, you'll be so cautious of, you wouldn't be yourself, you won't be that free to speak your mind, to air your view, to respond to things the way you should. You will totally become a shadow and a prisoner of yourself. Another reason, seeking approval from others will automatically transform you into a people pleaser, which is very bad. Trust me, this is very, very bad. Note that, being a people's pleaser is quite distinct from being kind. Pleasing people at all costs, at the detriment of your own happiness and your own source of livelihood. Pleasing people is quite distinct from being kind. Yes, we are advised to be kind to one another. That is the will and wish. That is the desire. That is what God desires from us. It is what He wants us to do. However, please, being kind, being excessively kind, too kind, is disastrous. Too much of anything and everything will ruin everything. Moderation is the key. You are being too kind, yes. You should be kind, yes, be kind. But do not become a people pleaser. Even Jesus, while He was on earth, let me shock you. While Jesus was on earth, He was never a people pleaser. There were some people and some situations and some requests that He said no to, because He knew that pleasing people would have His mission, would interfere with His mission. He wasn't here to please anyone. He knew how dangerous to please people would interfere with His mission on earth. It would interfere with it. Him being Jesus, He knew it would interfere with His earthly mission here. So He was not attending to every request. Not every request that He attends. There are some He will say no. There are some people that would need His attention and He will say no. Not because He's wicked, not because, but then He knew that it wouldn't be necessary. It wouldn't be necessary. You don't please people. People pleasing can be very harmful, can be a very harmful, behavior. Often without you realizing it. You will think you are being kind. Let me tell you a story. Because everything I say it from experience, my own very experience. In the time past, I used to be very good at pleasing people. I wouldn't want I would do things for thinking that it would make people like me, it would make people be nice to me too. But let me shock you, I was being excessively nice and trying to please people. But my dear, what I was getting was the opposite. In fact, it worsened the whole thing. It made people dislike me the more. I'm like, how can I be nice to people and they will not like me for being nice? How? But I thought being nice will make people like you for treating them right. It doesn't work like that most of the time. But right now, with what I know now, I don't even care if you like me or not. The only person I am bent on pleasing right now is God. In fact, I would even ask him, how best can I please you, Lord? Because you know why? When you please God, God is faithful. When you please him, when you please him, what you will get in return from him will leave you in awe. You will know that it is actually good to please, but do it to the right person. You want to please anyone, I advise you, please God, because he's going to treat you well. When you please him, he will please you. God reciprocates your actions and your love for him. Unlike man that takes advantage of you, takes advantage of your kindness, God does not do that. God does not do that. When you please people, when you become people's pleaser, do you know what you will become to other people? You will just, automatically become other people's prisoners. Other people's prisoner, like you will become their prisoner. They will use you anyhow they want, take advantage of you, use you anyhow they want. You will become their slave. You will be totally under their control, which is not a good place to be. You don't give anybody the privilege to act like a god over your life, to act like they own your life, because they don't. You don't give them that privilege. You don't give them that power over you. You have to take back your power. Always learn to say no when it is necessary, no matter whom it is. Learn to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I can't do this right now. Know when to say no. Don't be a people's pleaser, because they will not value you. They will not, respect you for that. They will take advantage of it. The situation, they will. I'm telling you the truth, I have been there before. I know how it feels. Learn to say no when it is necessary, no matter whom it is. People pleasing depletes your self-worth. You will become nothing to others. They will trample on you the way they want, toss you around the way they want, and leave you for dead. Don't think you're pleasing them for them to like you or treat you better or treat you good too. It is a lie. Say no to people pleasing. Say no to people pleasing. It is not good. It is not a good place to be. It is not even an option. It is not an option. Okay? So another dangers associated with seeking approval from others is that it will make them to have control over you, which is true, especially when you are bent on pleasing them. It will make them have control over you and treat you any kind of way they wish to. Anyhow. Because they know that no matter what they do or say to you, that you would always stick around. Because your self-worth is reliant and dependent on them. They know that they can do anything they want to do to you and get away with it, and you will be just fine with it. You don't have any other option. They know you don't have any other option. Then you'll be fine with it. They can do anything they want to do to you, say anything they want to say to you, and get away with it without you breathing, without you saying anything. You will just be okay with it because you don't have a choice. You don't have a say. You don't have a say. You don't have a mind of your own. I can go on and on and on. There are 1,000,001 reasons why you should not do this. You should desist from being, seeking approval from people. You are giving them power over your life. You are telling them you are the Lord of my life. You are giving them power over you, control over your life. They control your being. You shouldn't do that. At all times, you should place a higher value on yourself. Do not live your life at the mercy of others. Rather, place it in the hands of, the very one person who knows how to add value to your life, which is God. Do not live your life at the mercy of mere human beings. It's not worth it. They don't deserve that. Place your life in the hands of God. That is where your self-worth is. That is where you will find your identity. It is God who gives people identity. There are so many examples in the Bible I could use. Someone like David, for instance. Do you know the value people placed on him? Do you know the opinion of people about his life? That he was a mere shepherd boy. Nothing good will come out of him. Take him back to the bush to tend sheep. That is where he belongs. That is what his life is all about. But God says no. That is not the identity I have given him. That is not the value I have placed on him. His value, his identity is that David is a king. God saw a king in him, even although at that time he wasn't looking like it. But God was seeing something else and somebody else in him. And he made sure that he became that person. He gave him a value, a very good and greater and higher identity. Unlike humans. Humans will do everything within their power to bring you down, to tear you down. Mostly emanating from insecurities. They would want to control people. Sometimes you'll be wondering, I have nothing. I don't even have, in fact, I'm homeless. I don't have a job. And why are people envying me and being jealous and fighting me so hard? It is because of the identity God has given you. They know who you are, but you have refused. It's just that you are not seeing it. You don't know yourself. You'll be surprised that a lot of people will not like you. They will claim to hate you, but they cannot just let you be. Their eyes are focused on you. Because they know you're something. They will call you a nobody to your face. Okay, a nobody, fine. Leave a nobody alone. No. Because they know you are a somebody. They know who you are. But it's just that you have refused to identify yourself. Whether people like you or not, don't always be so particular about people liking you. You don't need their likeness. If they don't want to like you for who you are, for the person you are, let them keep their likeness. It is not important. Their liking you will not add anything to you, neither will it subtract anything. I don't care who likes me or who doesn't like me. In fact, if a lot of people like me, I should be scared for my life, because there is something that is wrong. You are not doing well. Because if you are doing the right thing, people don't like you doing things, the right things. People don't like the right things. So if you are being liked by a lot of people, just know that you are doing the wrong thing. You are not on the right track. You are not on the right track. People who don't like right things, who don't like following the right path, who are not upright, who are not, after being upright, living uprightly or righteously, or be living, taking the right path of life. People who do not like that will hate you when you do. So if they are disliking you, just know that there is something. You are doing everything right. You are doing almost everything right. That is why you are getting that reaction from them. Do not be scared. Do not be afraid to stand your ground. Do not be afraid to uphold, to be upright in your dealings. No matter who will like you about it or who will not. Liking you should not be your goal. Should not be your objective. Should not be your vision. There are greater things you're here to do. Not seeking approval or who likes you or who doesn't like you. Shouldn't care about people liking you. Their likeness will not bring anything to you. It will not add anything to you. You're here on earth on a mission. You're here on earth on assignment. That is what you should focus yourself on. You should know the reason why you're here, the purpose why you're here, and pursue it. Go after it without looking back to know who is liking you or who is not. Seeking people's approval is wrong. So if you know you are a victim of such acts, sometimes you might be doing it without you being aware of it. That is when you have to sit back and analyze and evaluate your life. You have a reflection, self-reflection. Think about what you're not doing right. Have a self-reflection. And, try to be on the right path. To be on the right path. No matter who likes you or not. Thrive to live uprightly. Thrive to make out something good with your life. Thrive to, elevate yourself. Thrive to become whom God has created you to be. Thrive to impact lives, to leave a legacy. I'll keep saying this. To leave a legacy. To make out something good. It doesn't matter what it is, but just make sure you're impacting lives. A lot of people will not like you for doing the right thing, and that is okay. Get used to that. Get used to seeing that as part of life. You must not be liked. Don't care about people liking you. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't care about the opinions of others, and don't rely on their opinions to validate yourself. Don't rely on external approvals. It's not always worth it in the end. So please, let's reflect on this. You have tried to take out time to examine your life, to have a reflection, reevaluation. Just reevaluate your life and think about the things that you are doing right and the ones you're not doing so right. Okay? Nobody should have control over your life. Nobody should determine how you live your life. Nobody should tell you or to tell you how you are supposed to live your life. Just make sure you are doing the right thing. Make sure you are living uprightly. Once you are living uprightly and you are in God's good book, once you are okay with God, don't mind whatever anyone else says. Don't care about what people say, because they will always talk. They will always talk. When you are doing good, when you are doing the right thing, they will criticize you. When you are doing the wrong thing, they will criticize you. So they will always talk. That shouldn't be your problem. Put your gaze on God, your focus on God. He should be the one you should, thrive to please, because pleasing Him is worth it. So evaluate your life. If you know you are the kind of person that always seek people's approval and validations to be able to ascertain your value, your worth, is wrong. Okay? And may God bless you as we do so. Shalom. Until next time. Bye.